episode for high GC News. Mema Ubibia Kwaba, Hadia, latest and hot news. Mkwa, Eramini, Bremo. And so young subscribe to channel idea, Bomodi and say, subscribe. The Obayan say, we click the subscribe button. Now, a barely notification. We had a video for Frobia be uploaded when the first person out was a Beka AS video. I feel we are now like a video and give us a thumbs up. Now, share my work for Froso. Now, when you be here. Na wo and someone ekoso ewo Ghana memu hanum afi yebura ye and someone abeto yepno so yiti aye sa report here about to yiti sazimi yiti.
But there's a quick intervention that the minority leader Alexander Afenyo Markin wants to make, and he's joined us on the telephone right now. Alexander Afenyo Markin is a full member of Parliament, the minority leader in this 9th Parliament. Good morning to you, Mr. Afenyo Markin. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be on the program, and good morning to your guest.
Right. So, first of all, I understand there's an intervention you want to make on a specific matter or a statement that was made earlier.
Yes, please.
Right.
So, first of all, I think I've been watching your program. It's on my first. I watched, and a moment ago, the majority chief whip insinuated about 50 military men accompanying a former majority leader. Well, he decided to insinuate without mentioning the name. But my respected colleague Martin Kpebu now throws in my name with the greatest respect. Let us be fair in the way we drop people's names and attack them. I have not had a 50 military convoy. Godfrey Dami has never had a 15 military convoy following him. Indeed, it is true. And Dami did not deny that as an attorney general, he did not have a police officer as his bodyguard. He requested to have a soldier. And he said that the record, his predecessors, some of them did have a soldier as a bodyguard, and he opted to have a bodyguard. It's a matter of fact, Dami stated so in his vetting as an attorney general. He said, yes, it is true. Now, let's deal with the issue of the office and the privileges Atta get to.
Okay.
I do not want to go into matters of Honorable Agyarko because I want to respect him. He's not on the program. But I want to plead with God, Defeamekpor, with the greatest respect to him. We are leaders. I came to be a leader in February 2024. What has been arranged, or whatever that was part of leaders, their privileges and all that, had been approved by Parliamentary Service Board long before I became a leader. Now, if he wasn't going to say so, he uses the word, some leaders enter Parliament ceremoniously. I own up, and I was not the first to be using a dispatch. From Harun Idrisu's time, from Benjamin Kumwa's time, majority leader and minority leader, they are assigned a dispatch rider because of the nature of their work. You may be needed here, you have to move here, you have to move there. This has been in practice for over 13 or 14 years before I became a majority leader. Harun Idrisu had it. My colleague Ato Forson had this dispatch rider. And the minority caucus is assigned that. The majority is assigned that. And he knows that. So if you come on a public and national television, you come and insinuate, why? What is it all about? Look, we've seen what is happening. We've seen this before. When power changes, all manner of people say all manner of things to politicians and activists. But with time, you would have to verify and be sure whether what they are telling you is true. The last time on your program, a respected minister of state also came to say that, there is a company which was being paid some 250 million at ECG, and Afenyo Markin is paying. I kept quiet. I decided not to respond. But the right time has come to also respond to that issue.
And you heard it on... No, Afenyo Markin, I'm coming. You're saying
yes, on
my program.
Let me mention his name. Honorable Sam George, I have the video with me.
No.
Honorable Sam, that was after the election. Because I watched TV3 a lot.
Wait. So you said because you are making specific reference to this program, and that's why I am questioning you on it.
I am bringing that one to just let you know that consistently.
So no.
Consistently.
Because you make reference to a particular. I'm coming. Because you make reference to a particular statement that was made, and you're saying on this program, maybe it would have been on the network, but then you are making reference to this program.
No.
But I want us to deal with one issue.
I can send it to your producer.
One issue after the other, because you make reference to. No, you are responding to Nelson Ross Defeamekpor statement earlier. You're saying that this courtesy is extended to all leaders. Is that the case that you never had any military protection at any point whatsoever?
Listen to the statement. Young man, with the greatest respect.
No, my name is Alfred Okanse.
Alfred.
Yes.
Alfred, listen to me with the greatest respect. The man said that some leaders, some months ago, had 50 military men in a convoy following. These were his words.
Yes, and I questioned him on that, right?
Can we finish? Excuse me. Can we finish? The man said that somebody had 50 military men. His words, 50. He didn't mention a name. Mm-hmm. You pushed him. He didn't mention a name. Then Mr. Martin Kpebu drops my name. I am saying that I have never had 50 military men in convoy following me. I do not move with a military convoy of 50.
Well said.
I've answered you on that. Next. He again claims that former leaders, they come in ceremoniously for people to know that they are in. And I'm telling you that he wasn't bold enough to say exactly what he wanted to say. But I also know, in front of we say, so I know where he's driving to.
Okay.
And wait, let me respond to that. I'm finishing my point, unless you don't give me the opportunity.
No, you're finished your point. Finish your point.
When it comes to leaders having a dispatch, it is something I came to meet.
Right.
And his own leaders in opposition had a dispatch rider. And they bring them in, they take them out for meetings. And it's because of the nature of the work. Indeed, it is assigned to the caucus, save that it is for the leader's office. Now, there are things that he doesn't know with respect to the office of the majority leader that I know. I will not say them because the majority leader is not on the platform, but I will protest to his boss and say, look, these are the things that I believe is happening that I'm not happy about.
Okay.
If I should talk about privileges that the majority leader is enjoying now that he doesn't know, I would be unfair to him. So I would hold my horses. But I want to plead with Roxy.
No. Gentlemen, hold on.
He should know that he's in leadership. And that these things, he can do his politics, but he should be careful when he's trying to make a general statement, throwing things out. If you do that, what you are trying to say is to court public anger against certain persons when same is unwarranted. And I do not think that it's appropriate.
Okay. So I think that's the main other reason why you are on the line and haven't also responded and clarified this particular point. Honorable Nelson Roxon Defeamekpor, this is directly to you. And I questioned whether that was the case. He's joined on the line and clarified that there are privileges extended to leadership, and he doesn't move around with a military convoy. That defeats the point you were making earlier.
At all. I made a point and place it in context.
What context exactly?
The context was that present appointees, including my cohort of leadership in parliament, we don't ride around with sirens. And I cited a few examples. Yes, he's seen it prudent to come and clarify. But it doesn't dismiss the point that sometime in the immediate past or before now, some leaders enter parliament ceremoniously. If I use ceremoniously, I believe it's English language that everybody must understand. And I also reference the immediate past Attorney General. Even as a Deputy Attorney General, I have encountered them in court. These are not things. Hold on.
Yes, but he explained why. Okay.
Please permit me.
No, I'll permit you, but he explained why.
We are placing this matter in a certain context. The pressure it places on the public purse. That's what we are talking about.
Okay.
How the public purse or public officers have been encouraged, have been implored, have been advised by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to live frugally, to live modestly, to show that we are here to serve the people. This were the context we're describing. Okay. And I placed myself in a juxtaposed position,
right,
to what has happened before. And I cited the AG's example.
Oh.
And I will not shy away from that, because the AG, I have encountered him in court in 2017, 2018 as a DAG, when his colleague was Menka Jindiok.
Okay.
When he entered court, I saw the fanfare with which he came. Hold on. I saw the number of military men who sat in his vehicle and sometimes in another vehicle.
And you're saying 15. And like Markin says, that is not the case.
Okanse, listen to me. As DAG, he had a military escort. Yes. As a Deputy Attorney General, he should issue a statement and deny it.
Oh, but I saw them.
Hold on.
In court,
that is not in doubt.
It is in doubt. Hold on.
I don't think Afenyo Markin said it is not. That is not the case. It's the number that you mentioned.
Can I finish?
Finish.
I built my case. So that was why when he was appointed into the substantive office, when the mandate of Nana Akufo Addo was renewed, His Excellency was renewed for a second term, and he was elevated from being a DAG to AG, this issue cropped up at vetting.
Excellent.
And he admitted to having a military escort as a DAG.
That's right.
When he got confirmed, the numbers increased.
To one.
If you have two Land Cruisers fully occupied by soldiers front and back, how many would they be?
And in your own country, you have one.
How many would they be? You can't say. So we all can defend and provide reasons, but these are matters in a certain context. I am making the point that as I speak on authority, my Attorney General, Dr. Aini, is not riding to office in a military convoy. That is the point I'm making. So I have every right. So I have every right to juxtapose his conduct of Professor Aini in a parallel juxtaposition to the conduct of the man who exited 2 months ago. I have every right to do that. Well, because these matters have a certain bearing on the public purse. And I mentioned the case of the Electoral Commissioner.
Okay.
When Charlotte Osei was in office, She wasn't riding to the office in a military convoy. But the president one does.
Okay, but
so these are matters.
I get the point.
These are matters. These are matters. Look, I have seen videos. I've seen videos of other ministers
but
in the previous administration in a military convoy.
Okay, in fairness, because you make a specific.
So the numbers. Hold on, the numbers may not be permanent, but I've seen videos that portray that number.
You see, that's what the issue. If you consider the numbers are not permanent, then it cannot be a basis for a generalized statement. That
is why I didn't mention his name.
Yes. Okay,
so
good. But then in fairness, when you made the statement,
hold on. He said he is owning up, and he spoke fancy.
Yes.
That Ekutebia Niwura. So he says Ekutiana meme boy no etwino. So he's responding. I'll be glad if he can tell us that, oh, I had 3, I had 4. Then he can place the matter in a certain context. Or on occasions, I had this number for the sake of the occasion. They were not permanent. We can understand. But I'm conveying a certain culture as it is today. As against those that I saw before.
I think that point is well made.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is he himself acknowledges that when you made that statement, you didn't mention his name. It was lawyer Kpebu who went ahead to mention his name. And I said that in that context and in all fairness, he has come to respond that he doesn't move around with 50 military men.
He doesn't move with them at all. Yes. The 50 that's the problem.
So that is where that in fairness has to be underscored. And I need to round up this very quickly.
He's my leader in parliament. He's my leader in parliament. So, so I agree that perhaps I went a bit too far.
Yes.
But they had escorts.
Okay, great.
They had escorts.
Afenyo Markin, yes.
Yes, I can hear you. If Braxton can give me the space because the voice is echoing. It makes it difficult for me to communicate.
No, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you very much. You see, I'm only asking for fairness. And Roxanne, with the greatest respect, you are also in public life. If you wouldn't take this opportunity to retract honorably, and you think you can...
I think you heard him. He just said he went to...
No, he has not. He went further to say that, okay, I should come and say whether I had 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. I've stated emphatically that I have never moved in a military convoy. Simplicity.
You've never moved in a military convoy?
I do not move in military convoy. I've never moved in a military convoy. How much more should I explain this? It's language, English, he said. If he now is trying to insinuate further, I will leave it to him. But let me say this, if I have the privilege of expressing this on your platform, that when there is change in government, all manner of things are said. I heard Afenyo making a point that, he was in Akufo Addo's time, upon assumption of office, there were promises, and eventually certain relatives came into play, and things did not happen. We are watching. Sometimes in this public service that we all talk about, a minister, and I'll give you an example. Let's say a minister of education. Now he has assumed office. He is now in his early days. There may be a time that the minister of education will have programs here, there, people inviting for official programs. Sometimes you are needed at cabinet. You are in your office. You are needed in parliament because there's a particular matter to address. And then once you are in parliament, you are needed also in cabinet, or the president needs you on an important matter. These are things that I think that politicians, we should even be bold and discuss with the public that these are some of the reasons why we will need certain privileges to be annexed to the office, not as pleasure or leisure, but then we will need it. You are supposed to deliver a speech in, say, Akosombo. And then from Akosombo, you have to come back, represent the president at a funeral somewhere. You're going to the east. You have to come to the west. I'll give you an example of a day where I started from Accra. I went to Ebri. From Ebri, I had to now come back to Accra, go to Akosombo. From Akosombo, I was supposed to be in Winneba around 4 p.m. And all these were important programs, not personal, that I was required to attend. So I am saying that even apart from this, Irene, you remember that Honorable Ayeni, when we were amending the road traffic regulation thing, they included MPs in Irene, in the exemption, if you recall, which became a real public outcry. It was one of the considerations that all the MPs raised it that, look, there are times that your program, you are going for a workshop, going for a training program, you are needed in Parliament. So if the MPs cannot have a dispatch rider, at least if they would have their siren on, so that in such situations they could maneuver. I believe that as public officers in the political class, we can raise this and explain. Yes, the public purse is an issue, but then equally, if we are able to lay the foundation well and explain it to activists like Afenyo, he would understand that, oh, okay, it doesn't mean that when you see a police dispatch rider, it means that he is just abusing his office. Now let's deal with the IGP issue. The IGP issue that IGP does not use a dispatch rider.
You made specific responses. I think the point is well made. The point is well made, and I understand that you talk about the need for a convoy to specific functions and occasions. So it's an occasional courtesy extended. The concern is when it becomes permanent and regular and superfluous. That's where the issue is. So that's why I want us to distinguish between the two. There are two very different situations.
Let me. I would want to stay on that point. You see, I think that if it is given to your office as a Minister of Energy, Minister of National Security, Minister of Interior, it's such that your official assignment will require you to be on point and do certain things in a certain way. It has to be assigned to the office. It is not a matter of ask and when you need. You call, say, IGP or call the Jubilee that, oh, I need this. No. But then we should also argue that it should be utilized in a manner that does not become a nuisance to the public. That I agree.
Okay.
That I agree.
Okay.
We must not use that to create nuisance.
Right. So at least you agree with that point. I think that's really a point well made. It's also about the number. The numbers has always been an issue as well.
When you say numbers, what do you mean exactly?
So, for instance,
if you say somebody in a convoy, when you say convoy, a minister of state going to his office may have his 4-wheel or may use his saloon. If the minister requires additional security, and I'm being hypothetical here, you may request for additional security, which will mean that one car following you. Let me talk about my very situation. I would look, depending on the occasion, would want to have a personal security, maybe constituency program. As for constituency program, you are going with some people because at the constituency function, you will need your personal security to provide some security. Or maybe you're going for a rally.
I see. And with that, have you ever requested the military protect you in that instance?
Young man, Mr. Okansi, we have crossed this long ago. If you want me to discuss my office as majority leader, I'll be happy to come to your
as a minority, as a minority leader. No, hold on.
You don't be asking questions that have you ever? No, I won't answer this question.
So
I am able to come to your program.
Well, you'll make some time. Make some time and come
to discuss my activities. I'll be able to do that.
Certainly.
But let us deal with the issue at stake. And then also call on Honorable Mr. Martin Kpebu to withdraw that, statement he attributed to me. I don't think that it is fair. Throwing people's names and doing certain things, it doesn't happen.
So since you
we are
made
all
the
in this
point
together. If I do something wrong, you can criticize me, but this insinuation and attack, I think that it doesn't create mutual respect at all, in my view.
Okay, so your point is well made, and I think that you know my name, and so
Mr. Okante, yes, Alfred Okante.
So I wondered why you kept referring to me as young man. That's why.
Oh, sorry. I apologize to you. Please.
Okay.
Take it as an unreserved apology from me. I'm so sorry. Alfred Okante, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Thank you.
Please.
Right.
Please, Alfred. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Well noted. And Council, no. Let's please. Senor. No, but I think that the Honorable Defeamekpor, sorry, made the point that you acknowledge that to some extent that I think you made it the last.
Yes, I said that he's my leader, and I may have crossed the line a bit.
Okay.
So for that, I apologize.
Right.
But these were matters I was saying in a general context, and I was just opposing conduct before now with conduct that is ongoing. So yes, if what is due him, I sought to see it as an abuse, I apologize. But I'm saying the issue is not about the occasional use. If my leader goes from Ekwapem to Somanya to Akosombo back to Efutu with a motorcade because he needs the alacrity of movement to be able to touch all these programs of state, so it's fine.
I don't agree.
It's acceptable. But the issue is about everyday abuse. Nearly every minister of some standing in the previous government had a motorcade.
Okay.
Well, that's not
that I don't accept.
Right.
Look,
you understand? And these were the things deputy ministers had motorcade. These are the issues I'm saying that it is not happening in respect of my colleagues in government.
Listen,
and I have every power to, I have every right to speak to it.
1 second.
Yes.
Before Cassie, look, let's have a date next Saturday. Let Afenyo Markin come here. People say, look, listen. It's true that Afenyo Markin was moving with military convoy, and among the team of soldiers was my own cousin. Please. Let him come here next week.
We'll respond to that. Let's
let him come in here.
Senor,
he will submit the names.
Right.
Let Afenyo come in here next Saturday, and we'll show him the names.
One, for me, I appreciate the fact that Afenyo has engaged on the matter. I took serious. I had serious reservations with his reference to you as young man, and so it's very honorable on his part that he has apologized. Afenyo, you are just 46. You're just 46. So let's just manage these things. When an MPP is going to have to go through a certain change, there's a certain perception. So when we act like this, it's a bit, and we speak like this, it's a bit condescending, and it does not help the kind of change that the MPP needs. I don't want the MPP in this current state. I want us to have a very formidable alternate party. It will put the current party on its toes. I think the one thing that's putting NDC in check today is the idea of JM himself trying to leave a legacy for his own self.
Thank you.
Other than that, we will have little check. So I need them to be quite careful. Alfred is a celebrated journalist. He's an adult. He's a married man. Very responsible man
with children.
We don't do things. But the fact that he's been humble enough, to apologize unreservedly, I doff my hat to you, Afenyo. He's my friend. We have on the issue, he said something that was right. I definitely made that reference to the fact that the government like Akufo Addo came in. We had so much hope. He said all the nice things. Not too long, we saw a lot of things wrong. That's why I said earlier that the NDC, it is just 2 months. So as they are saying all the right things, trying to initiate a conduct of also doing the right things, it's a matter of time. If your heart and your deeds are not pure, time will expose you.
Yeah.
You understand? So we'll just wait for it. But be guided. Okay. Also learn from what people have gone through. But there's a need for a certain modesty. I don't agree at all with Roxy. When Roxy suggests that they should have convoys jumping left and right, it's a sign of poor management and bad leadership. If one man has to be at all these 10 places alone, which does not make sense, and because of that, he should always be in a convoy. When do you differentiate a necessary convoy from just personal funeral convoy, or your wife taking advantage of your dispatch to go for a convoy? Me, I've been part of some ministers' convoy, not to any place that has any meaningful state thing. If I would get the chance to drive with you, I will drive. I've been part of it. You know, so it's not a case. And the other thing I can't understand, especially with the past government, and I'm seeing the same thing also beginning to happen. Because I've been to somebody's house and I've seen military people. Why do we keep using military people as bodyguards for officials?
Okay.
What happened to the police? When you see Jimensa move, when she move, as if the whole place has to stop. What crime have you committed? We cannot continue this kind of thing. The convoy thing, organize your life. You who are going back and forth, serving the state, you are not more important than those of us also in traffic, trying to generate income for the state to fund your movement. I am going to work. I'm going to generate income. I'm going to pay taxes. I have a number of responsibilities, including even serving the state.
No,
a lot of time pro bono.
Thank you.
No, please, I'm coming.
Gentlemen.
We cannot create a situation where all the MPs would have that thing. We will fight it any morning. Okay. We must create a certain room for some of our leaders. I understand. If it is a pool, when it's official, there should be some discretion. But what we have always seen, and this is not an MPP matter, is both parties. It's a total abuse. It is a time for people to also enjoy and seem like they're showing some power. I beg you, we must stop this. Connect with the people. The tolerance of the people are low. And that pim, when people are suffering, you come and do pim. If you're already doing pim, will you get the wisdom and the heart to actually correct our road network system? Because you don't feel the pain. Yes. If you have to spend 3 hours just to reach Kaswa, next time you think about how to expand it. But if you just take 30 minutes, you are going inside. Man, this country is not going to change. I've been in Europe. I've been in a tram with prime ministers. I've been in a tram with prime ministers. It's working with only one person, also in mufti, in a suit or something, maybe possibly a security person. I've not seen them moving in any kind of fanfare.
Okay.
So we can do it. We need our leaders to connect with our pain. If we are in traffic, we stay in traffic together. If you have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get to the place, start. Create a pool. Let's not create an environment where people feel so entitled and you have wanton abuse. There's another trend on this convoy matter. Businessmen have police people and convoys sitting there in their homes. I don't understand that one. I can understand that some people have procured special services from the police for guarding or something. I think there's some arrangement. But to now take a motorbike and then a dispatch rider in addition, and they are sitting in businessmen's house. They have no appointment of the state. I can't also relate to that. So while we are attacking them, we also have to attack our own. As business and private people, there must be proper order. There must be clarity on the policy that runs this siren, pim, pom, pom, pom. Don't be doing it in our ears. Let's not let us feel as if we are less of human beings than you people who are supposed to serve us. Right. You know, so this thing, I don't agree. There should be some order.
Right.
There can be a pool, but you can't get people stuck. And every time anybody feels that because I'm an appointee of the state,
right, I'm
entitled to pim and to pom.
Okay. Thank you.
Yo, if for winning and someone abeto yapuno so mekause so when you subscribe to channel idea but more say over subscribe say had later and hot news and kwa Aramede Bremo Afenyo we are now like video give us a thumbs up now fi share ma wo fufro so that when you be here that we and somewhere so e wo Ghana memoa Also bet me otchere wadwen afaye and some way in our comment box in mobete binkabu in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.